Hey, I'm George Hanson.
Hey, George. Bryce Buck, it's good to see you.
Oscar.
Hey, Oscar. It's good to see you.
We're going to present our promotional campaign to you today. Test it out, see if you like it or not.
We will work with the PowerPot company over the course of 8 months to increase the sales by 40 to 50%. By advertising on billboards, in magazines, and on YouTube commercials, in order to take the business to the growth stage.
Our budget for this, for 6 months and 5 billboards, it's going to cost you like $2,000 to $75,000, and that's a big gap. But you can get smaller billboards in places that aren't going to be seen very much or very popular places. So that's definitely a decision. We're going to advertise in magazines like Outside and Backpacker. And for Backpacker, for a half-page ad for 4 months, it's going to be from $72,500 to $112,000. And then on YouTube, for $12,000, we can advertise on 120,000 videos. So that's really a bang for your buck, getting that many views. Our PR, basically what we're doing for our PR is it's a disaster relief. So we don't know exactly how much it's going to cost you, but we estimate it's going to be about $50,000. Our PR, our personal selling to big retail chains is basically free, or you can consider it the cost of the campaign because we're going to use that data in our selling to them, in your selling to them. Our direct marketing, for $4,000, we found that we could get 400,000 addresses. So, that's once again like YouTube, pretty much a bang for your buck. And our total for that's going to be $142,600 to $193,000.
Our persona is Jeff Rick. He's a 35-year-old man in Colorado. He's a huntsman and a camper, and he subscribes to the Backpacker magazine, so he'll probably see PowerPot in the magazine once you use it. Our test markets can be in Utah and Colorado because there's a lot of places out there where people can camp and hunt and stuff like that, and that's why we chose this area.
How are you going to advertise, like I said earlier, in magazines, on billboards, YouTube ads, public relations with that disaster relief, personal selling at the very end, and direct marketing?
These are our billboard and magazine ads. The slogans on both of them are "Don't Get Left Behind," and here they are.
This is our storyboard for our commercial. You can kind of see this is before the PowerPot. He's kind of like, well, I hope I'm still on the right path. I'll go check my GPS to make sure so I don't get lost. But when he takes out his GPS, he realizes that it's out of battery. So he's kind of like, well, I guess I'll just have to hope for the best. But then with the PowerPot, he says the same thing. I hope I'm still on the right path. I'll go check my GPS. And he finds it's out of battery. But here, he can plug it into his PowerPot over there, just using a campfire, cooking his dinner at the same time. And he can see that he is actually off course. And if he didn't have that, he would have gotten lost. So saved by the PowerPot.
This is our PR. In case of any disasters, natural or unnatural, we will send PowerPots to every family affected by the disaster, one per family. And it will generate publicity by the news and talk shows and magazines like National Geographic, because they have a lot of segments on things like that.
Next year, from April to September, so 6 months, we'll run the billboard ads, direct marketing, so mailing all our promotional promotional things. We'll run our YouTube ads, and then June to September, so 4 months, we'll be running ads in Backpacker. So that's that half-page magazine ad. That's like the pricier spot. So we thought 4 months would be fine for that. And then October, November, 2 months, we're gonna end the ads and kind of watch the sales, watch the website traffic. See like if people use the promotional codes we sent out on direct marketing. And then in December, we're gonna use that data to go and sell to retail chains. Like Dick's Sporting Goods, all that kind of stuff. And then the promotion of the PR, anytime, you don't know when a natural disaster is going to happen, so you just got to be prepared for that at any time. Do you have any questions?
I do have a few questions. On your billboard magazine, you had a range of prices and some based off of, kind of our selection. What would your recommendation be for where we place those billboards and where in the size of the magazine ad? What do you guys think is the best thing?
Well, so I was thinking for billboards, the slogan being "Don't get left behind." There could definitely be like a scare factor for that. So I was thinking you could use low-priced billboards out in kind of like the middle of nowhere almost, and people would see that. It kind of pop into their head, like what if I ran out of power, my car broke down, didn't have a cell phone, not a lot of people are driving on this little highway. The PowerPot could save me. When I get home, I'll go and order one.
Okay.
And then for the magazine ad, it depends on where you want to put it in the magazine, how many colors you want, what kind of paper you want to use.
2 colors or 4 colors.
Right.
Costs.
What would you guys recommend though?
I think
What
our
do you
ad.
would be most effective?
I think our ad is 4 colors, and if you use a different texture, like paper, people might, when they're flipping through a magazine, might stop on that.
Talk to me a little bit more about how the disaster relief program will work. It's just like automatic, we're going to send this to 500,000 people. How do we account for that? And sure, there would be awesome publicity, but as an organization, we have to pay for those goods to be produced. Talk to me a little bit more about how you guys envision that working. I think it's a great idea. I'm just trying to think through the logistics. What do you guys recommend?
So we got a press release we've already made up right here.
Okay.
You can change a few details if you need to, but basically what we're going to try and do is, with that $50,000, which is what we projected it to be,
Okay.
you could give as many PowerPots as that makes to people in need, and then you could be like, you could send that to I don't know.
Replace like the relief centers.
Magazines, TV shows, news channels,
So-
stuff like that.
How will we determine if that is really an effective use of our $50,000? How will we know?
Maybe like website traffic from
Okay.
like promotion on those news channels, magazines. Increase in sales. You could also you could send photographers to go take pictures of these people using these PowerPots, put them on your website. You already have that program where you can donate $1 and that'll with 6 other people you can send a PowerPot to Africa.
Okay.
So it's kind of like that, but in this case it's in America, helping people in need here.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about the slogan, "Don't get left behind."
You don't want to get left behind without power. It's very critical today. A lot of people, even like hardcore campers, they like to have their phone just in case of emergencies. So they don't want to get left behind without power, not knowing if anything went on while they're camping, if there's something dangerous on the loose, or like forest fire coming, you never know.
Okay. And then the last question I've got kind of deals with the YouTube and the direct marketing. They can be separate answers, but it's really about both of those pieces. You're recommending spending about $12,000 on YouTube videos, correct? And how many views do you think that will?
120,000.
Okay, for
We
120,000.
on YouTube they told us
It's like
for about
10
$1,000.
About
10 to
cents
30 cents per person.
view. Okay. What is the conversion rate of those 120,000 times that video shows? What are we hoping happens, and what kind of percentage? How many of those people do you think we can actually convert to sales?
I think at least half, which
Really?
is
So you think by spending $12,000 we can convert 60,000 people into sales? Okay. That would be good.
That would be.
That would be good.
I mean, even if not, $12,000 wouldn't be a lot to pay for a quarter of those people, even if even a 12th of those people.
Okay. And then kind of the same on the direct marketing. We're going to get into 4,000 or 400,000 households for $4,000. How many of those households do we think might actually act on that? You talked about bang for your buck. We really can only measure that until the result happens.
Yeah. I mean, either way, once again with the YouTube, even if it's not incredibly effective, $4,000 for that many addresses, even if you get a fourth of those people, a tenth of those people, you're still getting really a bang for your buck. A tenth of those people will be what, 40,000 people for $4,000.
Is there a call to action in your direct mail? What is it you were asking those people to do?
Well, I was thinking promotional codes, like
Okay.
on the website, for a discount, 10% maybe.
So you got a sales promotion built into it?
Yeah.
Okay, good job guys, thanks.